type of inference we can distinguish valid and invalid. Types of reasoning. There are two types of reasoning, deductive and inductive. Deductive means general to specific or universal to particular. It is certain, not probable. Example, like I already said, all men are mortal. Socrates is a man. Socrates is a mortal. From all to we are concluding it to a particular thing. Then inductive, specific to general or particular to universal. It is probable. It is not certain. Example, if X is mortal, Y is mortal, Z is mortal, therefore all men are mortal. From particular premise we are concluding to the universal. Then truth and validity. Truth is a property of individual proposition. Validity is a property of argument. For deductive argument, we have valid and soundness. Valid means if the conclusion necessarily follows the premise. Soundness means if the argument is valid and all premises are true. For inductive argument is probable. It has strong, weak and cogent. Strong means if the conclusion probability is more than 50%. Weak means if the conclusion probability is less than 50%. Cogency means if the argument is strong and all premises are true. So there can be sound argument, valid but not sound argument, strong, weak and cogent arguments. Then operators. There are 5 operators or logical characters in logic. It is the symbols with constant meaning. We use to combine compound criteria and to determine the outcome based on the true or false values. Conjunction means and. The symbol is distinction is no, or negation is not. Conditional is if then. Biconditional if and only if. Next is truth tables. Truth table is used in logic to determine the truth value of compound statements. There are 2 types of truth table methods, direct and indirect. Indirect, we list all the possible truth values of premises and conclusion. Check the each row. If the premises and conclusions are true, then valid. If the premises is true and conclusion is false, then invalid. We use the direct method for small number of propositions. The indirect truth table method. First, we assume premises are true and conclusions are false. Then from conclusion to premise, we try to assign the value. If contradicts, then valid. If not, invalid. Let's check how truth table works in decision making. Imagine if we have a company and we are hiring. So our company is saying we will offer the job if the candidate has both experience and qualifications, or if they perform well in the interview and have either experience or qualifications. So we are in a confused stage which criteria will be accepted. So for this we use truth table. So for the job, by the connectors we are making the equation. P dot Q wedge I means P means experience, Q means qualifications, I means interview. That's how we prepare the equation. So for determining the how many rows, we use the equation 2n. How many variables we are taking, we are using by the 2n methods. So here we have 3 variables, so 2 raised to 3. That's how we took 8 rows. Then experience and qualification here. Experience hire. Persons having experience and qualification we can hire. Persons having experience and perform well in the interview we can hire. And persons who have qualifications and perform well in interview we can hire. So from a confused state we can conclude the solution from the truth table. Benefits of using truth table. Clarify complex decision, reduce ambiguity, improve decision making accuracy.
Is that table that each table what talks about? Each table, right? Each table.
I can prepare in the board.
Okay. Should be the all people are when you're increasing the connectors, connectives, right? Then the second slide you should have shown that. Will be helpful, no? Showing that one, then showing this one, then will be
Okay, for comparison.
yeah. After connector you should have included that one. Truth table. But discussing truth table, there is no truth table. Directly went to like DP1 means how can they understand? And not logic. How can what DP means what he has to. After connecting you should have included that one.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, you can use it.
Okay, now I will show you how to answer this. So, how many possible permutations we want? We are using 2n equation. So, in our example, we have P, Q, and I. P means the experience, Q means the qualification, I means interview, performance interview. So, by the 2n methods, there is 3 variables. What is P? A. Then, we have to form the truth table. Before that, we can check how logical connectors are used.
Pen already there, no? And the office. There is no pen.
First one is
No, Bharat, pen no point.
this is only 2 variables. So, in the conjunction only if both true only it will be true, otherwise it is false. Then or if both are false only it is false, others are true. In conditional, if the first premise is true and second premise is false, that is false, others are true. Then by conditional, same value having true, others are false. Then negation. If negation means here true, so here it is false. Then here it is true, then it is false. Here it is false, here it is true. Like opposite one will come. Here it is false, then it is true. These are the logical connectors and this is how it works. Now we can likewise I did the likewise I did this table. So this is the conclusion. So we find out show all possible outcomes. Limitations of truth table is time consuming because manually building and checking truth table is time consuming. It is limited scale. It is too many things. Conclusion. Truth tables provides a logical approach to evaluating complex decisions. In real world, we can apply in the fields of business, decision making and deals, medical diagnosis, financial risk assessment, engineering, law and ethics. Example, land disputes cases between multiple people, we can use truth table.